Hi there. So today we are going to do a bit of shoulder work, neck work, and focusing on our heart opening and chest. So I encourage a strap. If you don't have a strap, a belt may work, possibly even a backpack, which I'll show you. We're going to do a backpack situation first. 2 blocks. If you don't have any of these props, you can still view the video and see how to modify what works best for you. But again, I highly encourage grabbing a strap and blocks. These are Manduka blocks and strap. And you can find them probably at your local fitness center, yoga studio, or even on Amazon. Again, that's Manduka. All right, so you can start at a seat or even a standing position. You'll take your strap and just make sure that it's the same distance down below. So if one's too short, go ahead and even it out. And then you'll place it back behind you. Now, when you place it behind you, once again, make sure your straps are nice and equal, and you'll want to put it right at the bra line or right in between at your mid back. So this is where the backpack comes in. Again, you can try to use a backpack. I'm sure it'll work if you have the straps at the bottom. You're going to make 2 backpack straps around your shoulders. Okay, so it's just like you have a nice tight backpack on, and it's going to get even tighter. So you want the straps to be high onto the shoulders, which we can fix at our last expression. So notice if they are bouncing down or if anything feels uncomfortable, the higher in will feel a lot better. So once you're there and you have your straps on, make sure nothing's twisted with the strap individually, but cross behind your back. So you're going to cross like this. You're going to pull onto the strap. So if you're feeling one's really short, just readjust here. If you are really tall or have broad shoulders, again, just try to work what is best for you. If it feels uncomfortable, just don't even do it. The modification would be without the strap and elbows to the side. Okay, so you're going to pull onto your strap and you're going to feel a little bit of compression, maybe even a pull as if you have a heavy backpack on. And once you open up your shoulders, we're going to take that a couple of rounds, drawing the elbows in and pulling out. Hold for 10 seconds. And draw in and pull, pull, pull. And I'm lifting my chest a little bit. You can also gaze up. You can move your head a little bit in 10 seconds and then release, and take that about 2 more times on your own. All right, release the straps just a little bit, like bend the elbows off to the side. Now we're going to take a heart lifter back bend. Your elbows can either go out if that feels good, or you can draw the hands down. I'm going to go ahead and stand for you. So standing to the side, once again, you can take your heart lifter back bend. You can bend the elbows, lift your chest, and open mouth exhale. You can also press your straps down, lift your chest, and open mouth exhale. If your head feels uncomfortable going back, just lift your chest, then hover down. Take about 3 more on your own. You can invite different movements, bending your knees, pulling out, and drawing the elbows out, lifting head. And remember, really focus on the open mouth exhale as you lift and reach back. And back to center. Once again, readjust the straps if you need. Take the elbows out towards the side. Go ahead and turn your head right and turn your head left. And then back to center. Turn your nose down to the right shoulder. Pull onto the strap. Once again, it can be down or it can be wide. And back to center, nose over to the left. And back up to center. Hug the straps in. You'll cross your wrist and just open up, squeeze, cross wrist, squeeze back, cross and squeeze. So once again, this can be done without a strap. This can be with backpack straps. We're not going to be here for as long, just about 2 more exercises. All right, go ahead and once again, hold the strap, lift your chest and take your nose down towards the right shoulder, down towards the left shoulder, and back to center, gaze left, and gaze right. And back to center, release your hands down, go ahead and take the strap off. You can take it close by your mat. Now, if you have wall space, I encourage you to use it. You'll take either circles back with straight arms or bent, whatever feels good. Once again, focusing on opening the chest. So any movement into the chest that feels good. And then go ahead and walk over to wall space if you have it. Wall space with your right hand, take it to 12 o'clock. Fan out your fingers and get comfortable into your stance. So you can bend your knees, straight arms, feel as if you're squeezing a block, whatever feels good, and then gently press into the wall. And then take it to 11 o'clock. Notice if you're hinging forward at all, or ride back up. And 10 o'clock. 9 o'clock and pause. Walk towards the middle of your room so you'll feel a deeper stretch into your shoulder. You can bring your left nose down towards your left shoulder. And you may even feel this all the way into the wrist. And back where you were. And take it to 8 o'clock. 7 and 6. Then other side. Left hand to the wall. Once again, get comfortable into your stance. $11 o'clock. And 10 o'clock. And 9 and holds. Walk towards the middle of your room, so the shoulders in line with the wrist, and you're feeling that deep stretch into your chest. And then back up to center. 8 o'clock. 7 and 6. And back up to center. Give it a couple shoulder rolls. So we're going to take it down to our mat for fish pose. So I have my block set up already. 2 options. Well, a lot of options actually. I have my block because I'm a bit smaller to the middle second level for the middle of my shoulder blades. So this goes right in between my shoulder blades. If you are more comfortable with a wide or a broader shoulder, this is a great option too. So narrow or wide, and always know that you can readjust. We'll be here for a little bit. I like the second block to the highest level. If you want a deeper opening into the chest, drop it down to the second level. Always know that you can readjust. Since I'm not here with you in your space, know that if it's uncomfortable, come out of it, readjust. You'll find it whenever it is comfortable. That's where you can breathe better, you can feel more sensation. So readjust what feels good for you. Go ahead and take it down to the middle of your back of your heart. Once again, if it's narrow, right in between the shoulder blades. If it's broad, it's to the back of your heart. The back of your head should feel nice and supported. If you want to drop it down a level, go ahead and drop it down, hands down by your side, or even wide to a T. Once again, you want to feel where you can breathe nice and easy. You want to feel the sensation of your lower back, your hips, all the way down to your feet, relaxing. And breathe into the top of your lungs to create more opening into your heart space. And we'll take about 10 rounds of breath. Notice how it feels to breathe a little bit deeper. Three more rounds of breath here. Then slowly lift up to a seat and pause. Supported bridge pose. Take your blocks to your side. Come down onto your back. Take one block at the second level to the sacrum. It should feel comfortable, resting down and hands down by your side. And know that everything is connected. If you're feeling stress into the right side, you may feel it into the right shoulder, then the right hip, then the right toes. And if you're feeling pain into your shoulders, it might feel like you're stressed into your hips. So we'll do shoulder and a little bit of hip work here. If anything is too much, always back off. Keep the position through your hips on the block. Take your right knee in and extend your left leg long. You'll feel the stretch into your psoas and hip flexor. You can move the right hip around. You can point your toes. And then other side. One side might feel completely different than the other, and that's okay. You can tap your right toes more towards the middle as you pull back. And then arrive back up to center to your bridge pose. Lift your hips up, Supta Baddha Konasana with the blocks. You can take the blocks to the second or lowest level. And just breathe into the lower lungs, create space into the pelvic floor, and take your hands to your thighs, press your thighs forward, lengthen out your spine. Then take your feet hips width distance, and grab behind the back of your thighs, or arrive up to a seat in any way. We'll grab the strap again, and I encourage you to sit onto your block. It's best to keep the hips higher than the knees. So a block is super helpful with that. Now I will do a variation with the arms going forward and back with the shoulders. If you have shoulder pain that you can't lift your arm up too high, you can take shoulder rolls or anything that feels good here. I suggest grabbing the bell part and wider than your shoulders. So about here, a little bit of loose drag on the right side. And if your elbows start to bend or if you start to shake, just widen out your strap so it's a lot easier just to move back and forward. So you'll take this a couple rounds, gently pulling into your strap. You can exaggerate the movement, lifting your chest. Let's take about 4 more rounds on your own. All right, and keep your arms overhead. We'll take a side body stretch with the strap. Pull the right hand down, open up your left side. You can even draw the hands back a little bit. And then take it to the other side, open up. Let's take 1 more round each side on your own. All right, back to center. Go ahead and ditch the strap towards the front of your mat. Couple of neck and shoulder stretches once again. If you need to switch out your legs or anything, again, get comfortable. Hands go back behind you, chest expansion. Knuckles go down and away and over to the left. Drop your nose down to the right. And then other side. And back to center, cross your right hand across your body, hook with your left. So bump your right shoulder down. So if you're feeling it, hike up, drop it down, hug in, then take your left to your left shoulder. Swing it out, other side. Right ear, right shoulder. All right, back up to center, hands down by your side. Now take your right forearm back behind you, grab your wrist, pull onto the wrist and take left ear, left shoulder. And other side, pull onto your wrist, right ear, right shoulder, lean your shoulders back in line with your hips. And back to center. Great job so far. Tabletop position. And I love blocks underneath the hands. So I encourage props a lot. It's not to make your practice easier. It is really helpful for your practice, gives you a lot more space, and you can advance your practice using props. So take your time, exaggerate your movement, any circles into the spine, any cat-cows, and take about 3 on your own. All right, pause. Now, take child's pose, knees out wide, hands into the props, thumbs in, and drop your head down. If it feels okay, you can also rest your head down onto a pillow or hover. We won't be here for as long. Lift your head up, turn your thumbs out, so the palms facing up, and draw your head down. Lift your head up, slide your blocks back for your elbows to drop down to. Your face drops into the middle of the props. Draw your thumbs to the back of your neck and drop your chest down. Slowly rise up in tabletop position, all fours, hands and knees. Then go ahead and slide the blocks away and thread your needle. Take your right shoulder down, right ear down. Then back up to center, and other side, left shoulder down, left ear down. And back up to center. Blocks back, maybe even to the second level. Downward facing dog, not here for as long. Press your hips back and walk your feet forward, forward fold. So I always like blocks to the third level for halfway lift. This is how I take it in my practice every time. And if you don't have the blocks, hands to the shin, shoulders back. All right, with a flat spine, slowly rise all the way up, hands to your heart center, interlace your fingers, reach your arms overhead, and bump your rib cage right and left, a couple side body stretching. All right, then hands go down by your side. So we'll take 3 heart lifts or back bends, and I encourage melting the elbows all the way down, lifting your chest, open mouth exhale, and repeating, okay? So hands by your side, big breath in, and big breath out. Inhale, Tadasana. And back bend, melt your elbows all the way down, big exhale. 2 more, reach forward and up. On your own, exhale. Hands down by your side. Close your eyes. Breathe into your chest. And 2 more rounds of breath. And hands to your heart center. Honor your practice so far. And opening up your shoulders, moving away from distraction, taking time for yourself. Take a nice forward fold, drop your hands down to your blocks. And step your left leg back, low lunge. Lower your left knee and hands to your right thigh. Press your hips slightly forward. So you can stay here, drawing the left hip flexor forward. Once again, I am pretty small here. So if you can drop it down to a block, feel free. This is a big lunge pose. Make sure you're not crunching into your lower back. Once again, if you're not a little teeny tot like me, or if you are crunching into your lower back, just stay up nice and maybe move it forward and back, or any variation, just 3 more rounds of breath. All right, take both blocks by your hips. Keep the lunge into the right leg and side body stretch. Take your right hand to the outer block by your hip. Left hand goes over to the right and press your left hip forward. Always can drop it down more or even use wall space. And back to center. Now left hand to the outer right thigh. On your exhale, twist, right hand back behind you. Hands go back to props, switch it out for the other side. Lift your back knee, switch out, and once again, we're stretching the left or the right psoas and hip flexor. If you feel any crunching into your lower back, just stay nice and lifted. And if you can go deeper, feel free to go deeper. And I'm still engaging as I'm on my prop. So inner thighs are still working, heels still working towards the midline. 3 more rounds of breath. All right, for the side body stretch, slowly come up, readjust. Left hand to the prop, right hand up and over. And back to center, right hand to the outer left thigh, twist as you exhale. Back to center, tabletop position, all fours, hands and knees. Actually, let's go to standing on your knees, tabletop, or rather, come up. Shake out your shoulders, eagle pose on the right arm underneath your left, lift your hands up. Now I have a bit of movements going up and down like cat-cow, lift your hands up. And exhale, round and curl. And take 2 more on your own. Slowly pause here, just grab opposite shoulders, arrive down to a seat onto your shins, chin towards your chest, pull your elbows down. Standing onto your knees, relax your arms, eagle on the left arm underneath. So elbows in line with your shoulders, press your forearms away. And breathe in, reach up. And exhale, round and curl. And take 3 more on your own. All right, rise up, grab opposite shoulders, drop down. So grabbing opposite shoulders here, if it feels good, you can also do this in a nice, almost like a Cobra Pose, drawing your chest forward, lowering down. Or even on your back, resting all the way down. Just puts a lot of weight, a pull down to the shoulders, feels nice and good. All right, Cobra Pose is where we meet. Come forward, hands forward, come all the way down. Now heels of the palms back, heart forward, lift your chest. And exhale, hover down. 1 more like that. Inhale, lift your chest. And exhale, hover down, take it a little bit wider, 2 rounds. Inhale, lift up. And hover down. 1 more, lift up. And hover down. Nice. Take your right arm out to the side, make sure it's straight, and roll over your right shoulder. You can bring both knees up for a deeper stretch. And other side. And arrive back up to center, tabletop position. All right, yogis, so down to a seat, any variation with the legs. I encourage 1 more round supported fish and take it for about 1 full song, 3 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever feels good, and really open up the shoulders and then take some time in Shavasana if you need. So this is where we'll end class today. Let me know how your shoulders are feeling. This is a great daily routine. If there's something that you loved, keep it in your daily routine. Something that you're still working on, spin it in every other routine. If you have any questions, I'm here for you. Just reach out, and thanks again for tuning in. Aloha.